Steve DeSanctis is one step closer to $50,000. Christy Godden, Doug Mertz, and Nancy McNeely are his challengers today on Run for the Money. And here's your host, Bill Rafferty.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Run for the Money. We've got some real excitement here. We start out every day with 4 players, and we play until one of them is crowned our daily champion. Yesterday, that champion was the man you already met, Steve DeSanctis. Congratulations again. He is a 3-time winner. 3-time winner with us at $5,000 a day. So that means right up till now, sir, you have won $15,000. That is not shabby at all. And as you know, if you become a 5-time winner, and that's just 2 more wins for you, we will double your winnings to $50,000. A lot of stuff. I know it's tough to do, Steve, but is it starting to sink in that you've got a lot of money now?
Just a little bit.
Yeah?
Making new figures in my checkbook.
You're putting a lot of zeros on there, aren't you? Yeah. Do you have any idea what you want to do with it?
I'd like to spend it all.
You like to spend it all? You got to admire a man with a vision. That's what I say. Well, of course, there are 3 other players out here who have some other ideas about this. They are the competition. They are lean and mean and ready to go. We already had a quick look at them, but let's meet them right now. Nancy?
Nancy McNeely from Helena, Montana.
Doug?
Doug Mertz from Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm Christy Godden from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right, welcome to all of you. Good luck, players, because we're starting out with 4, but only 3 are going to go on to our next round. I'm going to ask you questions worth 1, 2, or 3 points. As soon as you know the answer, hit your buzzer. Remember, we're looking for 3 winners here, the first 3 to reach the finish line with 9 points. Hands on buzzers, players, because the run for the money begins now. First question is worth 1. Celebrating its 200th birthday is the document which begins, Doug.
The Constitution.
The U.S. Constitution, which begins with the words, "We the people name it, U.S. Constitution." The answer, Doug, gets 1 point. Next question is worth 2. In April 1986, there was a major nuclear accident at this... Steve.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. That is correct. You pick up 2. Next question is worth 3. Since the year 1059, he has been elected by the College of Cardinals. Who is he? Doug.
The Pope.
The Pope is correct. You pick up 3. Doug now has 4, Steve 2. Nancy and Christy yet to break the ice. We're looking for 3 players to reach the finish line. Because of its shape, what do we call the president's office in the... Christy.
The Oval Office.
The Oval Office. You get 1 point. More 2 players. What nation is home to a television network known by the initials... Christy.
England.
No. I'm sorry, that is incorrect, players. Known by the initials CBC. Doug.
Canada.
Canada is correct. You pick up 2. Picks up 2. Next question is worth 3. If Doug gets it, Doug is in our second round. You're going to have to wait and find out. That's going to happen right after this. We'll be right back. Everybody, we're right in the middle of round 1. We're looking for 3 winners to get into round 2. Quick recap of the score. Let you know that Nancy McNeely has yet to break the ice. We're waiting to hear from you, Nancy. Doug Mertz has 6. He's knocking on the door. Christy Gooden has 1, and our returning champion, Steve, has 2. He's a 3-time winner. He's hoping to be a 5-time winner and win $50,000. So a lot at stake for that young man right there. Next question is worth 3. If Doug gets it, he's in our second round. Prince Charles and Princess Diana are the proud parents of 2 little princes. Nancy.
William and Harry.
William or Harry was what we were looking for. Correct. You get 3 needed points, Nancy. 2 little princes. Give me the first name of either one. You gave me both. So we're going to give you 3 points. Next question is worth 1. Mystery writers are awarded prizes called Edgars, which are named for the man, Doug.
Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. That is correct. That's what we're looking for. A name for the man who wrote the first mystery novel. Edgar Allan Poe is the correct answer. You pick up 1 point. Next question is worth 2 for Doug. If he gets this right, he goes to our second round. After 7 years, viewers were forced to say goodbye to TV cops Arenco, Belka, and Perillo. Christy.
Hill Street Blues.
Hill Street Blues. That's what we're looking for. When this show was canceled, name it. Hill Street Blues was the answer. Christy picks up 2. Next question is worth 3. Possible win for Doug. What name was given to the commission appointed to investigate the Iran arms scandal? Too much time, players. Tower Commission. Tower Commission was the answer there. Next question is worth 1. A recent scandal has forced this couple to abandon their PTL empire. Doug.
The Bakers.
Jim
Jim
and
and
Tammy
Tammy.
Baker. Yes, we will accept it. Jim and Tammy Baker. You now have 8. Built in the 14th century, this Italian landmark is expected... Steve.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Tower of Pisa is correct. It's expected to fall over in the 21st century. Name the leaning landmark, the Tower of Pisa. Pizza. Steve picks up 2. Next question is worth 3. Again, Doug knocking on the door here. Name the famous architect who designed New York's Guggenheim Museum. Doug.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright is right. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, Doug, the good news is you are off and running, sir. You are in our second round. Go on over and get in place. We're going to look for 2 more players to join you right now. And players, let me tell you, no more 1-point questions. All the questions are going to be either 2 or 3-point questions. Close game going on right now, 3, 3, and 4. As you can see, next question is worth 2. Name the politician whose presidential ambitions were destroyed by his... Steve.
Gary Hart.
Gary Hart is correct for 2. Were destroyed by his friendship with a woman named Donna Rice. Gary Hart was the answer. And now Steve has 6. Next question worth 3. If he gets it, our returning champ goes on to the second round. In Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, what was Juliet's family name? Christy?
Capulet.
Capulet is correct. Christy picks up 3, a tie between Steve and Christy right now. Next question is worth 2. This black civil rights leader recently announced his second run for the presidency. Christy.
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson is correct. She takes the lead with 8. Here it is. 3 points. Christy gets it. She goes to the second round. If Steve gets it, he goes to the second round. In 1941, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi became the Shah of what? Christy?
Iran.
Iran is right. What Middle Eastern country? Iran was the answer we were looking for. Christy did the job she had to do. She is now in our second round. Christy, head on over there with Doug and get ready. We're going to find... Go ahead, you can go over there now. Get over there now, and we're going to find another winner to join you. Next question is worth 2. At a recent auction, a musician paid over $700,000 for a violin made by this legendary... Steve.
Stradivarius.
Stradivarius is right. You get 2. Steve now has 8. Steve is knocking on the door with 8. The next question is worth 3. If he gets it, he goes. Only one nation in the world has more Communist Party members than Russia. Name it. Steve.
China.
China is right. The championship. Nancy, we're going to have to say goodbye to you right now. You were just a pleasure to have around on Run for the Money. We've got some nice gifts for you backstage, and thank you so much for being with us on Run for the Money.
I enjoyed
All right,
myself.
Steve, go on over and get in place. You can join Doug and Christy. Second round action coming up right after this. Come on back. It gets exciting.
Run for the Money and your host, Bill Rafferty.
Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. We are just about ready to start our second round right now. We've got our 3 winners from our first round here. We met them a little bit in the beginning of the show, but I think we ought to get to know them a little bit better right now. As you know, Steve is our returning champion, 3 times a winner, and barely got in here. Steve, how did that feel?
A little shaky there, Bill.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to get there, but you managed to pull it out. It's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah. Well, he's on his way, hopefully, to winning $50,000. We'll just have to see how he does in this. Christy, what do you do?
I'm a receptionist.
Very good. Nice to have you here with us today. Doug, what about you, sir? What do you do?
I'm a waiter in a restaurant with an eye on someday having my own
Oh,
restaurant.
well, maybe you'll be able to pick up a down payment here
I'd
today.
like to
Who
do that.
knows? Okay, here we go with 4 in a row. We're looking for 2 winners here, and those 2 will fight it out head-to-head in our final round for $5,000. Now, this is our solo round where it's just you against the clock. Now, Doug, you got into this round first. Here are the 4 categories available in this round. We have presidents, movies of the 80s, around the world, and famous wives. Doug, pick one.
Famous wives, Bill.
Famous wives is the category. Join me over here, please. Good luck. If you do well, you could be on your way to our final round. The category is famous wives. This is how it works. You'll score 1 point for each right answer, and your object is to score 4 in a row. Every time you miss a question, you go back down to 0. Right now, let's put 40 seconds on the clock. You'll have the whole 40 seconds to try and get those 4 in a row, and if you fail, you'll get credit for your highest run. Are you all set?
I'm ready.
Famous wives. Time begins now. In real life, she's the wife of Gary Morton, but on TV, she was Mrs.
Lucille
Ricky
Ball.
McCarty. Yes. In 1984, the wife of Jean Zuccaro made history when she ran for
Geraldine
vice
Ferraro.
president. Yes. America's most famous wife is the actress whose many husbands include Eddie Fisher and Dickie
Elizabeth
Hilton.
Taylor.
Yes. In 1980, a jockey named Robin Smith became the
Fred
wife
Astaire.
of this. Yes, 4 in a row. Whoa. Didn't miss one. Did not miss one. Hey, Doug, you don't do better than that. You got 4 in a row. Go on back over there, and let's see how the other players do. Christy, it's your turn. Pick your category, please.
Movies of the 80s.
Movies of the 80s. Come and join me over here, Christy. You're on your way to 4 in a row, hopefully, because you got your work cut out for you. The guy that went before you was a wizard. Here we go. Movies of the 80s. Time begins now. Name the TV star who recently took a movie trip back to the future.
Michael J. Fox.
Yes. Name the Australian actor who starred as Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
Yes. What lovable little creature was described as alone, afraid, 3 million light years away?
E.T.
Yes. For what 1981 film did Jack Nicholson earn an Oscar nomination for his role as Eugene O'Neill?
I don't know.
All right. If in Raiders of the Lost Ark, who was the daring archaeologist played by Harrison Ford?
Indiana Jones.
Yes. Name the sexy actor who starred in Lethal Weapon and Road Warrior.
Mel Gibson.
Yes. She starred with her real-life boyfriend in the hit movie Children of a Lesser God. Name her.
Marilee.
I'm sorry. Name the 1985... I'm sorry, you didn't get 4 in a row. But you did get 3. And I think you've got a shot here. You're going to have to go back over there, Christy, and wait it out and see what happens with Steve. Go on back over there. She starred with her real-life boyfriend in the hit movie Children. You knew this one. This was Marley Matlin. That was what we were looking for. And 1981 film did Jack Nicholson earn an Oscar nomination for his role as Eugene O'Neill? Reds. That's what we were looking for there. All right, Steve, it's your choice. Which category, sir?
I'll take presidents, please.
Presidents, come on over here, champion. He's trying to repeat. He's got to get to this end round. He's got to get to our final round in hopes of trying to win $50,000. This is an important shot. And Steve, to guarantee a chance at our final round, you have to get 4 in a row. Here we go. Presidents is the category. Time begins now. Name the only U.S. president who has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I don't know.
Too much time. Only 2 of our presidents were born in Texas. Name either one.
Johnson.
Yes. What recent president had a forgetful secretary named Rosemary Woods?
Nixon.
Yes. Name the U.S. president whose campaign slogan was Tippy Canoe and Tyler too.
Harrison.
Yes. In 1902, a toy maker created a cuddly stuffed
Teddy
bear.
Roosevelt.
Yes, that is it. Whoa! Wow. What a job. What a job. You know, you missed, and I know you know the one you missed. You only missed one. You got 4 in a row. You only missed one. Name the only U.S. president who has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Who was it?
Ronald Reagan.
Had to be. Had to be. Listen, champ, you did it. You are in our final round. You're going to be battling it out with Doug for $5,000. Go on back over there and get in place. I got to say goodbye to Christy here. Christy, it was a pleasure having you with us today on Run for the Money. I'm going to give you $100, and we got some nice gifts for you back.
Thank you. I had a really good time.
You did. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, Christy, Steve, and Doug. The final round, battling it out for $5,000. Stick around. It gets more exciting. We'll be right back. Come on over, fellas. Come on. Nicely done, Doug. Nicely done. Steve, very nicely done. Good job. Come on up here.
Now, back to Bill Rafferty.
Welcome back. Here we are. We are down to it. This is our final round where the 2 of you are going to play head-to-head for a prize of $5,000. So a lot of money available in this one. You need 9 points or more to win the game, and here's how it works. I'm going to ask you a question that gradually gets easier, and at some point you'll know the answer. But you may buzz in only when it's your turn. Now, Doug, you got into this round first, so the first decision is yours. If you decide to start, you'll be able to buzz in when the clock is in the 4 zone. If it gets down to 3, then it's Steve's turn. Then, of course, it comes back to you. That 4, 3, 2, 1 is really a clock. It starts counting down when I start reading the question. Now, each time the clock moves into a new zone, control passes to the other player. And remember, you may answer only when you have control. And if you're right, you're going to get the number of points that are showing. Now, to help you make your decision, Doug, I'm going to tell you that the subject of the first question is a TV star. For the audience at home? Interesting. Interesting. All right. It is time to decide. You can start out in control with the clock in the big 4 zone, or you can force your opponent. Your decision. How do you want to play it?
I'd like to start.
Going to take it. Man handles his own destiny, so he's going to try and get it in the 4 zone. Good luck. The clock stops when you press your buzzer. Remember, it takes 9 points or more to win the match. Here we go. A TV star. Time begins now. She was born in Mississippi in 1954. By the time she was 12, she was being paid for public speaking. After college, she went to Baltimore to co-host a TV talk show. Steve.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey is right for 3 points. Whoa. Nicely done, Steve. You grabbed it right at the top. 3 points for Steve. He is in the lead. That means that Doug is playing catch-up. The next decision is his. Let me tell you the subject of the next question is a motion picture legend. People at home. Doug?
I'll let Steve start.
Pass it over to Steve. Wants to hear a little bit more of the question and hopefully did what Steve did. Pick it up in the 3 zone. Let's see how the strategy pays off. A motion picture legend. Time begins now. He was born in London in 1899 and grew up to become Steve.
Laurence Olivier.
No, that is incorrect. It is not Laurence Olivier. Control passes to Doug. More important than that, the rest of Steve's time plus the additional time go over to Doug. Doug could pick up 4 points right here. Time begins now. And grew up to become one of the most influential figures in the movies. As a young man, he landed a job as an art director in a movie studio and soon after graduated to directing. Early in his career, he won an Oscar for the film Rebecca. But he's best remembered... Steve.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock is correct. The champ picks up 2 points. Ooh. Steve is in the lead. He's the returning champ, a 3-time winner, wants to win a 4th time, wants to win a 5th time for $50,000. A lot at stake for this young man. Doug, again, you're playing catch-up. Let me tell you that the subject of the next question is a fictional character. Ladies and gentlemen at home, Doug, what are we going to do?
I'm going to start.
He's going to start. All right. A fictional character. Good luck. Time begins now. He was created in 1979 by an artist who first drew him on a placemat in an Italian restaurant. Since then, he's been featured in nearly 20 books, starred in 3 animated TV specials. That is Steve.
Garfield.
Garfield is correct for 3. Ooh. Garfield was the answer. The champ picks up 3 more points. He now has 8. First player, 9 or more, is the champ. Steve is right there. Doug, you have a very important decision to make. You have yet to break the ice. Subject of the next question is a TV personality. Ladies and gentlemen at home. All right, Doug, here it is. What are we going to do?
I have to go for it.
He's got to go for it. Steve can win it in any zone that he answers correctly in. Doug has to answer this correctly. A TV personality. Time begins now. She was born in Germany in 1929. At 21, she went to Paris to study psychology. Later, she came to the U.S., and in 1961...
Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Yes, Dr. Ruth Westheimer for 4. I don't know how you got that. I've got to be honest with you. That was just a little bit of information to get 4 points on, but you did the job you had to do. We've got Steve in the lead with 8. Doug has 4. The decision is still his. He's playing catch-up. Subject to the next question is an artist. Ladies and gentlemen at home. Doug.
I have to go for it again.
He's going for it again. If he gets it in the 4 zone, we have a tie. We got a battle going on here. An artist. Time begins now. He was born in Europe in the 19th century. As a young man, he failed at several careers before becoming a painter. His early paintings were dark, somber scenes. Doug.
Rembrandt.
No, that is incorrect. Time and control passes over to Steve. If he answers this question correctly, he is a 4-time champion. Time begins now. But after a trip to Paris to study art, his paintings became brighter. He produced hundreds of paintings. Steve.
Picasso.
No, that is incorrect. Control passes again over to Doug. He gets the rest of Steve's time. Time begins now. He produced hundreds of paintings, including A Starry Night and Sunflowers. But his... Doug.
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh is right for 2. Bit of a tussle taking place right now, huh? All right, Steve is in the lead with 8. Doug is playing catch-up with 6. He's still battling it out here. Let me tell you now, Doug, subject of the next question is an actress. Ladies and gentlemen at home. Big decision, Doug. What are we going to do?
I'll let Steve start.
Interesting choice. Interesting choice. He's passing over to Steve, hoping that Steve does not get it in the 4 zone. He gets a little bit more information, grabs it in a 3 zone. Somebody's going to be the champion on this question, I have a feeling. An actress. Time begins now. She was born in 1949. In high school, she was a tomboy competing in swimming, softball, and track. Her striking good looks led to her modeling. Steve.
Jessica Lange?
No, that is incorrect. Control, and the time passes over to Doug. Time begins now. Her striking good looks led to the modeling career, and in 1968 she was voted Fashion Model of the Year. She began her acting career in the film The Last Picture Show. But, Steve, for the championship.
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd is right! Whoa! Whoa! Does not get any closer than that. This just doesn't. You knew it, too.
Yeah.
I saw you go for it, but Steve grabbed it right away. He's the repeating champion. He's just picked up $5,000. Unfortunately, I've got to say this guy is the loser. What a player. Give him a round of applause. He's just terrific. Very nicely done, Doug. It was a pleasure having you here with us on Run for the Money. And we're going to give you $500. We got some nice gifts for you backstage. Great game. Listen, we're going to take a brief break, bring back the champion, let you know how he's doing. Stick around. We'll be back in 1 moment. Nicely done. Really. Nicely. Standing here with the champ. He's a 4-day winner. It was not very easy for you to repeat today, was it? It was a struggle. He won $5,000. That brings his total up to $20,000. Tomorrow, if he wins for his 5th day, not $25,000, $50,000. And you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see it. I hope he gets some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow on Run for the Money. Bye-bye. Nicely done again. Good.
Run for the Money is a Red Grundy production.